Have you ever had the experience of watching YouTube or browsing the internet? Someone sends you a clip, and when you watch the clip, you're like, what? Did he really say that? He didn't say that. There's no way he said that. There's just no way. Well, that's what happened. I got this clip sent to me of Omar Sulaiman talking about the Prophet's amazing character in defending abuse, right? Spousal abuse. And you gotta see this. You gotta see what he says, and it's just bad. It's so bad what he says. It's so funny that he considered this worthy of like bringing forward as a video to promote on his Instagram. When you watch the video, think to yourself, if I was a woman being abused, like, would I be happy with the response from the Prophet? Like, did this actually help her? The conclusion of the video is even funnier. Like, what she got out of this request for advice or help, actually, right? The assistance the Prophet gave her, what did it lead to? So let's take a look. Let's see what Sheikh Omar Sulaiman, or Imam Omar Sulaiman as he calls himself, let's see where he got this story from and like what this story is about. Okay, let's get into it. Alrighty, let's get into it and let's hear about the most beautiful, perfect man, Muhammad, and how he dealt with spousal abuse. And maybe this is a role model for all of us, what we should do when there's spousal abuse. Maybe we should copy him, right? I mean, he's a perfect man, right? Let's take a look and see what he had to say.
Sealing her identity, and she says to the Prophet ﷺ that my husband is beating me. The Prophet ﷺ says, tell him you are under the protection of the Messenger of Allah. I mean, what a guarantee, right?
So she's under the protection of the Messenger of Allah. What a guarantee. What does that mean? Just for him saying that means she's now like immune. She has like a force field around her that's going to protect her from like her husband's punches. Okay, like what does that mean? Is he saying that if he beats you again, I'm going to beat him up back? Is that what he means? Like, he didn't obviously involve the husband, so we don't know his side, but like assuming this is true, is this like the correct way of dealing with the situation? Wouldn't it make sense to bring the man there and to question him? Like, what is this? I will protect you. You have my guarantee. You have my protection. Okay. Is that what it is? Okay, let's see what happens.
She came back and she says that he hit me again, Ya Rasulullah.
Okay. I guess the guarantee of protection from the messenger didn't mean diddly squat to this man. Now, you would think at this point, the Prophet would be mad. One of his companions, right, one of his followers in his religion, was told, supposedly, that this woman is under his protection and basically that she shouldn't be beaten by him. And he did it again. Well, that's a bad follower, right? Like, you should be doing, okay, what's the next step? Call the man. Get the man here. I want to talk to him. Did you not hear what I said? Did you not hear that she's under my protection? You cannot beat her. She has a force field, Islamic force field from me, right? Muhammad force field. But no, he still did it again. What does that mean? They don't care what he said? Or maybe this doesn't mean anything. Maybe there's no reason for this man to even believe these words, because the fact is, first of all, he wasn't called in front of the Prophet. Second of all, maybe his wife is lying, he doesn't know. And even if she isn't, third of all, maybe this sort of, guarantee isn't worth anything because the Prophet doesn't follow up on these guarantees, right? It's just like words. It's words, empty words. That's what we're seeing from the Prophet. That's what it sounds like. Okay, but let's see. Let's give him a chance still. Let's see what Muhammad does. Does he solve this problem? Let's take a look.
And again, she doesn't want to reveal her identity. That's the implication of the hadith. The Prophet ﷺ takes a piece of his shirt and he gives her a piece of his shirt as proof. Go back to him and tell him that you are under the protection of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You are under the protection of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
So he like ripped off his shirt, he's like took it off, gave her the shirt and maybe some of his socks or something. He'll take these socks from the Prophet, these smelly socks or this stinky shirt. This will be proof. This is real proof. Now I'm assuming he wasn't like Prophet branded garment, right? Rasulullah branded merchandise. Like does he have like merch or something that he's giving her? He's like, here, take this merch. You know, I got 1 million subs. I'm a famous man. I got this merch. Give it to this man. Tell him this is proof that I'm not lying. So this is now like, okay, she's complained multiple times. Nothing's happened. Now he's giving her merch. He's saying, take my stinky clothes and this will be proof that you are indeed under my protection. Now, I don't know how she's supposed to like prove that this was actually his clothing and not some random clothing, or she didn't just take someone's clothing and say it's the Prophet's clothing. Like even the Prophet himself, like how did he think this is gonna go down? Right? Like take my shirt and give it to the man. The man's gonna be like, what the hell? Like this is what you come with? Like, and of course, clearly, if this story is true, this guy is not a good husband, right? He's like, you know, a woman that's trying to leave an abusive relationship is more likely to be killed, right? Statistically speaking, it's the most dangerous time for her. Where's the support of the community or the Prophet here? She's literally escalated to him, and this is how he dealt with it, giving her a smelly shirt.
And she comes back and she says, Ya.
Oh, I was going to pause it before he said it. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think Rasulullah was going to happen? If you didn't listen these 2 times, you really thought he was going to listen?
Rasulullah, he hit me again. And the Prophet ﷺ took this so seriously.
Okay, he took this so seriously, he says. Now we're going to see what it means when the Prophet is serious. Is he like so serious that like when the Ports insulted him, he sent people to assassinate them? Is he going to be serious that he's going to, you know, start a war? Is he going to be serious that Allah is going to come down and reveal something? Or is he going to be serious and call the guy? Or what is this? What does it mean the Prophet took this so seriously? Let's see what this great man, this beautiful role model has to, what did he do to protect this poor woman? Let's see what he did.
So he didn't say, well, I can't help you.
No, he didn't say I can't help you. But look what he said.
Anymore. No, the Prophet ﷺ took it so seriously that he actually started to make dua against the man because he continued to oppress her.
That's it. That was the ending. He took it so seriously, he made dua. Well done, Prophet. What do you think he's gonna do? If stinky clothes didn't work, your guarantee didn't work, what is your dua gonna do? Like can you imagine? They must be scraping the bottom of a barrel. They must be like digging into whatever is left that they can find, that they have to bring up something like this. This was the example that he wanted to use of a poor woman that's beaten up multiple times, hit multiple times, I should say. And this was what the Prophet did for her? Basically nothing. Over and over again. There's like 100 ways this could have been dealt with rather than this. But this is what he did. This is complete insanity that Imam Omar Sulaiman Yaqeen Institute thinks that this is worthy of promoting and showing people. And like, as we poke holes in these things, people are going to see that this is pathetic. You cannot just like accept all of these things just because the man, like his image is tarnished now. Like to me, this is like a bad thing he did, right? And people need to think, right? Muslims need to think, does this make sense? Is this something that you would want for your daughter? This is the type of advice and help that you would want for your daughter that's being beaten? No, of course not. It's so much more. And even worse than this, like the fact that beating your wife is allowed in the Quran, right? In 434. this whole thing should have been, it didn't need to be, let me come talk to the Prophet, because it was, in the first place, it should have been haram, and she should have had some rights in the situation to go to the judge, in this case the Prophet, and the Prophet should have punished him because she's telling him that my rights were being violated. But apparently his rights to beat her are not being violated here. He's allowed to beat her in this situation because Islam allows that, right? The Quran allows that, literally allows that. So the Prophet is not, maybe that's why he's not doing much, because he thinks it's okay for the man to beat him. And this is just like words to make, empty words to make her feel better, which of course, and did nothing. And it's maybe some old clothing that he doesn't care about. Like, you take this old shirt of mine, like what? You see, the system is rotten, right? The leader is rotten. The whole thing is a rotten fruit. The tree is rotten, the fruit is rotten, the whole system is rotten from the beginning to the end. Women don't have rights in Islam, right? If this is the example you're going to show, people need to see this. I wish more people would see this and would understand. So if you like this video, send it to other people, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new here. And of course, to my patrons, thank you for your continued support, your donations. And I appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching. That's all I have for today. This is your friendly ex-Muslim Abdullah Samir signing out.